Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be discussing about dimension. So the two types of dimension I'll be explaining here is linear dimension and continuous dimension. The first thing I have to do is to go to the toolbar, the tools bar. So this is the toolbar for the dimension. Now you can see linear there. So that's the dimension 2. There is a linear dimension, it's written there, linear. So you have to left click on it. So after left clicking on it, then you go to the object that you want to dimension, or where you want to dimension, the line or whatever that you want to dimension on. Then you click on it. Linear means straight, so you go ahead and click on it. You left click on it, then that's for the beginning when you are starting the dimension. Then you go to the end where you want to stop the dimension. Then you also left click on it. Then you have the dimension, the linear dimension. Why is it called linear dimension? Because linear means it's straight. It's a straight form of dimension. So you can see that the line is straight. Then this is the dimension line. Then this very one that you are seeing is called the leader. Then from this leader there is an extension, that's the extension line. So this one is the extension line. Then this other one also has its own extension line. So I'll just go ahead and left click again. So after left clicking means that I've dropped the dimension. So I left click where I want the dimension to be. So I've already dropped it here. So this is the dimension test 3150. That's it's trying to tell me that from this point to this point is 3150 is a millimeter. Assuming it's a meter, it would be 3.15 meter. So it's trying to tell me that where I took my dimension was from this point to this point. So that's that, which is 3150 millimeter, because the settings here is in millimeter. So that's for linear dimension. So I have to do some, I want to erase this one, then do some dimensions here before going to the other form of dimension. So I'll go ahead and go back to linear, then click on it, left click on it, then go to the place I want to dimension. I want to dimension this very one from this very space, which is a bedroom. So I want to dimension from the inside of the space. So I will start my dimension from here into in. So I just want to see the measurement that is there. The reason for dimension is for you to know the measurement of a space, dimension of what you drew. Linear is used for a straight line. Linear dimension is used for straight line, horizontal or vertical lines. Then align dimension is used for inclined line. That's a line that is not straight. So you can't use aligned line for the the space and linear dimension is supposed to be for horizontal or vertical lines. No. So after left clicking, then I will left click again to drop the dimension. You see that the dimension is dropped here. Why? Because that's where I left clicked on. So let me erase this one and repeat it again as well. Go back to linear dimension. Then going back to linear dimension, click on you left click, then go ahead to where you want to dimension, left click on the point, then go to the other end and left click. Then if you want to drop it, you can move it to where you want it to be. You can move the mask up or down. So now I want it to be placed here. Then I will left click here. You can see that that very dimension is no longer at this point. It's no longer at this very point that it was before. It's not here. Why? Because this is the place where I dropped it. So I'll go ahead and erase it. now this is the interior, this dimension that you are seeing here is the interior dimension. That's the internal dimension of this space. So this very confined space is a bedroom. Now we want to know, if you want to know the dimension, you have to dimension it out. So this is the horizontal dimension, which is 3000. The inner dimension, you can see that the dimension is the inner wall of the space, which is 30 from here to here, which is 3000. So this is the horizontal dimension. Then this is the vertical dimension. Then this leader is showing me this line that you are seeing here. It's called a leader. It's telling me that the dimension started from this very point. This leader shows that this dimension started from this point. Assuming this leader is not here, I will definitely not know where the dimension started from and ended. So this line, this leader inclined line on the dimension line is the leader line, which is also called the leader line. Is showing and telling me that, oh, this dimension started from this point. And you can see another one here on this very line. See, to this very place. So it's also very important. So we have the horizontal and vertical line. You can also take your dimension of linear dimension of the exterior of a space. So this is the exterior of the plan. Then you can also make use of what? Linear dimension. So you go ahead and dimension the exterior, which is this, all these dimensions that you are seeing outside. This dimension is the dimension of the wall. Then this first dimension is showing this first dimension here, this very first straight horizontal dimension down to this place. All these ones are showing the dimension of the wall, which is 150. Then the dimension of the space are the exterior, the exterior dimension of the space. Then the next line is showing the dimension of the wall. Then the part of the exterior, if there is a window there, then you show the dimension of the window. If there is no window, then you can also just measure the whole exterior if there is no window. So here the window will be shown. If there is any door, it will be shown. If there is any pillar there, it will be shown. Then this one is the exterior, that's from the end of the building to the end of the building, the dimension. That's what that dimension is meant for. So this very one has you can see that the shape of this place from here, to here, and there's an extension here. So you have to show this point to this point, the measurement. Then you show the measurement of the from the extension to this point as well. So that's why you have two double extra lines there, is the dimension lines there. So another thing is the continuous dimension. So I'm going to, before you can make use of the continuous dimension, first of all click on linear dimension. Click on it. Click on linear dimension. Then go to the object that you want to, the place that you want to dimension. So let's just work with, you don't continuous dimension is used for exterior, not for internal dimension, except maybe the internal dimension has a lot of dimensions there. So mainly just for exterior. But if it has a lot of dimensions, because this, let's say as this one is now, maybe this place set up to be wall is pillar, here is pillar, here is pillar, you can make use of continuous dimension because you want the dimensions to show inside. So now for this very one, there is already a demarcation. You cannot measure this one and now measure the wall inside, so there is no need. So the exterior dimension, first of all, you go to linear dimension, you left click on the linear dimension, then go to the place that you want to dimension, click on it, you left click on it, then that's from this point. Okay, now I want to measure the wall, left click again, then I already have one linear dimension. So after doing one linear dimension, then you go to continuous dimension, then you want to continue dimension, you click on it, you can see continuous there. Hope it's clear here. Continue. So When you click on continue, meaning you want to continue this linear dimension that you've already done. You understand? So of you to be picking on linear dimension every now and then, no, you just go straight to continuous. Then as you are clicking on any of the points that you are working on, you can continue to dimension without going back to dimension again. If it's linear, if you do one, you go back to linear. You click take another measurement, you go back to linear. Take another measurement, go back to no. That's waste of time. So first, what you have to do is just one linear, then go to continuous dimension, which is continue. You continuous dimension. You click on it, and you see that I'm not going back to the command anymore. So that's the advantage that the continuous dimension has over linear dimension. But for you to be able to make use of continuous dimension, you have to make use of linear dimension first. Then after you dimension the linear dimension, then you go to continuous dimension, click on it, then you continue to dimension the space. The reason why most times continuous dimension is not used on, especially all these ones that has walls inside, is that if you are taking your dimension, the dimension of the interior that is just required for the interior area, especially when there is walls inside, it does not require too much dimension. Just dimension the length and the breadth of the space. So you don't need to make use of continuous dimension in a linear space. Continuous means continue your dimension in a linear continue the linear dimension, either horizontal or vertical. Continue it like that. So that is what it means. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just clicking on the points that I want to the space I want to dimension. So I'll continue to dimension. So it's like that. Now for example, if I want to now avoid the dimension horizontal, I want to make dimension vertically, I cannot still continue like this. No, I cannot continue like this. You can